that as you would think, but I record. Welcome to yoga, everyone. I hope you've had a good morning. We were closed for staff training this morning. So it was just a little more hectic than usual, but I'm glad we're here. And we're gonna do something good for ourselves. I see you all kind of already moved your chairs because they got set up in a straight row. But if you feel like you don't have enough room, feel free to shift things around a little bit more. All right, we're gonna get a sturdy chair if you're home. And otherwise, we have our nice chairs here. We're gonna settle in and just relax to begin with. Let your chair take your weight, and we're just starting to come into this place together, setting aside what's been happening before this today and whatever's going to happen next. You can close your eyes if that feels comfortable to you. Otherwise, just kind of let your gaze go toward the floor so that your eyes can relax. Relax your jaw. Notice if you have any places in your body where you're feeling pain, where you're feeling tension. And then we can focus on those places when we're doing our stretching, taking good care of them. Notice your breathing. Does it feel smooth or forced? Relaxed or stressful? And then just take a moment to notice what you have on your mind today. And that might be something that you set aside for a bit while we practice. Now we're going to start to change our breath. And we'll breathe deeply down into the stomach. You might place your hands there if you like as a little guide. You want to inhale through your nose if possible, and then exhale through your nose or through your lips as if you're blowing out a candle. So you'll feel the belly expand on your inhale and then contract on your exhale. Now, if this is not a normal thing for you, we tend to breathe very shallowly. And when we're just in our everyday lives, you may get just a little lightheaded. If that happens, you're in your chair, it's going to help to keep you from falling. But also, you can go back to just a regular breath for a moment and let that dizziness pass. Otherwise, you want to start to increase the length of your exhale. We're gonna get ready to move into our stretching and strengthening now. And the thing to remember here is no pain and no strain. If any of the movements we make are not okay for you today, you can just come back to this seated breath, or you can make any kind of movement that feels okay to you. Something we've done before, or just really any kind of movement. All right, so we're gonna start out and just sitting up nice and straight in our chairs. With the feet about hip distance apart. We're gonna inhale the shoulders up to the ears, exhale in the back. And then that kind of loosened a little bit up there already in my upper back. Then we'll start to loosen everything up now that we're nice and straight with ears over shoulders, shoulders over hips, and not too much exaggeration with the chest coming forward. Maybe just pull back a little bit. Let's start out by just circling our shoulders first. And then we'll reverse. Good. Now we're just going to lift and lower a few times, just shrugging. Remember to keep breathing. And then we're going to open. Well, we'll start here. We'll start like we're hugging a big beach ball. And then we'll inhale to open up, exhale to close. Now, next time we open up, we're going to close with the arms hugging the knees. And just exhale. And then you can breathe and just reach toward your ankles. And when you're ready for your next exhale, we'll inhale up. We'll inhale up. Palms to the back of the room, and then exhale, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Let's inhale up. Now we'll bring the palms together, exhale, down into prayer. Then we're gonna inhale and exhale to do a prayer twist, just looking over your shoulder. And then we'll come to face the front and repeat that on the other side. And we'll come to face the front again. Let's scoop back. Inhale up, palms to the back of the room, and then exhale, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And I'm gonna take my sweater off. It is so nice out today, though. Isn't it beautiful?
Me too, it's gorgeous.
Oh, okay. So let's go ahead and do a few arm circles. We'll start with the bent arm circle, because that one's a little bit easier. And reverse. Good. Now extend the arms with palms down and just make some small circles. And then we'll flip the palms over and go in the opposite direction. Now let's flip back over and we'll just do a little bit of airplane. And then we'll stop with one arm up, the opposite arm down. We're gonna lean toward that lower arm, stretching out the side that we're leaning away from. Inhale up and exhale down. Stretch and lean. Down. And then let's face the palms away from each other this time, and then exhale. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Good. Now let's move to the neck. We'll begin with the chin to the chest. Just hold there for a moment, and then we'll nod. And then we're going to look from right to left. And then come to face me. We'll let the ear come toward the shoulder. And then you can extend that arm that you're leaning away from. You can kind of see that in the camera there. I'm trying to make sure they can see it. You can see if I lean this way. Now you might massage here, or you might put a little weight here to extend that stretch. Remember to keep breathing. And then we'll switch arms, or switch the way we're leaning, and switch arms too. And then we'll release. And let's go right into conductor. Oh, my upper body feels so much looser than it did when we came here already. Now, when we're opened up here, we're going to come to goalpost arms, and we'll inhale and exhale to squeeze. Good. Now we'll release, and if you need to loosen your shoulders back up a little bit, feel free to do that. Let's work on our arms. We'll rest our elbows against the body. First, we'll do claw. Let's do that one with the feet too. So we'll squeeze on the inhale, release on the exhale. And again, squeeze and release. Okay, one more time. Now we'll touch the thumb to every finger. Keeping those fingers nimble. All those little things that we do. Now we'll circle the wrists. And reverse. Now let one palm face me, and we'll pull the fingertips back. Then flip the palm over and pull those fingertips to stretch the top of the wrist. And the other side, same thing. And flip over. And just kind of shake out. Now we'll start to warm up the low body. We'll start by just taking a light jog. Good. Now we're gonna go into some leg lifts. So your leg is straight, but your knee is not locked. We'll just lift and lower. Good. Now we'll go into our hinge and cross. It's kind of like a sit up from sitting up position, but we're also twisting. So you're bringing elbow toward knee, and maybe also lifting the knee. We'll do several on one side, and then we'll switch. And then go to the other side. Good. And then you might want to just loosen up your sides again. We're going to scoot back into our chairs and bring our legs up and work on the ankles and the feet a bit first. And we'll start with pointing and flexing. This is a good stretch for your calves too. And then we'll circle. And reverse. And then you can lower for just a minute. Catch your breath, take a little break, and then we'll bring them up again. This time we'll point and we'll do some scissors to work the inner and outer thighs. And we are making sure that we keep our core engaged when we do these to strengthen the core, protect the back. Good, and now we'll bend our knees. Very nice. Let's get back out and we'll do another round of our leg lifts. Switch legs. Good. And one more round of the hinge and cross. And remember, you can adapt this if there's any part of this that's not working for you today. If you want to just lift your leg, or if you need to do this and stay in the middle and not twist. And those are things that you can do when you're still working your core. Let's switch sides if you haven't already. Good. And then maybe just loosen up again. Then we're gonna go into our warriors. So face over one side of your chair. Let me get a little stiff here. We're gonna extend the leg that's closer to me behind with a bent knee and tailbone pointing down to keep your spine neutral. Then we'll inhale up and exhale down into some triceps dips. Really squeeze at the bottom. Now, once your arms are up overhead again in warrior one, we're gonna inhale down, extend that leg, stack your ribs over your hips, look out, bring your shoulders away from your ears. Now we're looking out into warrior two. And we're really activating the arms here. Don't let them be like spaghetti arms. Now we'll flip the palm over and tip back to peaceful warrior. I'm thinking about food, girls. I haven't had lunch yet. Then we'll come back down into our strong arms. Now bring that arm that's in front of you just above the knee. Look behind you, and we're going to draw an imaginary line down the wall, across the floor, up into the corner. Nice long stretch. Remember your breath. And then we'll move out of that the same way we came into it, up into that strong warrior, kind of face me in horse pose. Now we're going to stretch, we're going to twist and stretch our shoulders, our upper back, our inner thighs. I'm going to dip one shoulder and look over the other shoulder. And then do the same thing on the other side. And then repeat. And from here you can make this a dynamic stretch where you're moving, or you can hold and make it a static stretch. Or make it a mix of the two. Good. Now we're going to turn to face the other wall and repeat that. Extending one leg behind, tailbone pointing down. We'll inhale up, exhale down into triceps dips. And then arms up overhead. We're going to windmill down. Warrior two. With the front palm to face the ceiling, then we'll tip back. Peaceful warrior. Back down to warrior two. Forearm above the knee. Look behind you. And let's go into that stretch, side arm stretch. Then we'll move with the breath to come out of that the same way we came in, facing out of warrior two. Oh, very nice. Now come to face me, and we will go into another set of our legs, and then we'll start our stretches. So let's this time do the hinge and stretch first. We'll do a few of those on each side. Other side. Good. And then just loosen up a bit. Like we have. Nice. Now we'll do our leg lifts. Start on either side. Then let your heel rest. Keep your knee soft. I want to inhale and sit up nice and straight. And then exhale to hinge out over that leg. That's a good one. Stretching all the way down the back of that leg. When you're ready, you can slowly come back up. We're going to hug that knee in. Kind of stretch the quadriceps. Maybe massage the glutes a little. Make any kind of movement that feels good there. You might loosen up your ankles again. And then when you're ready, we're going to cross this leg over. You can cross low on the leg, or you can cross above the knee, whatever feels best for this side. Keeping this foot flexed. We'll inhale up, and you're already feeling some stretch here. If you want an extra stretch on your exhale, you're going to hinge out like we did before. When you're ready, you can slowly come back up. Place that foot down. We're going to repeat that on the other side. We'll first extend the leg, lift and lower. Let the heel rest and knee stay soft. Inhale and then exhale, hinge out. Be ready to slowly come back up. Hug the knee in. Make any kind of movements with your leg or your feet that you want to make. And then when you're ready, you can cross over. Again, low or high, and it doesn't matter if you do this one different than the other one, because the two sides may not feel the same today. So I'm feeling a pretty good stretch here now. You may be too. If you want to feel more of a stretch or you feel like you need to, you can hinge out. Back up. Place that foot back down on the floor. And now we'll go back to the upper body for a little stretching and some twisting. We'll start here. I'm going to inhale, exhale to twist, bringing the front hand to the outside of the opposite knee, kind of hooking the arm over the back of the chair, looking over your shoulder. Loosening up your jaw. And then when you're ready, come back around. We're going to cross that back arm over in the elbows, and then maybe touch the backs of your hands together or wind up into eagle arms. You're going to be feeling some stretching in the top of your shoulders and in between your shoulder blades. You can experiment with pushing the shoulders away from your body or toward, down or up. And the last thing we'll do is inhale and lift them up a bit. Exhale and just curve down into your lap. Bringing that stretch all the way down your back, down to the tailbone. And then we'll unwind, reach for the ankles, inhale up. Place the palms to the back of the room, and then exhale, 5, 4, 3, 2. Very nice. We're gonna repeat that on the other side. So inhaling, and then exhaling to twist. Come back around and cross over, bend the elbows and touch the backs of the hands or twist and clasp. Feel the stretch. Then we'll inhale to lift, exhale into the lap. Reach toward the ankles, inhale up. Arms to the back of the room, exhale, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Very nice. Now, before we do our sunshine pose, which we close with before we relax again, and make any kind of movement that you want to make. You can do something we've done before. You can jump up and down. You can do whatever you want to. But just try to get any wiggles out that you have so you can get nice and still here in a minute. And then whenever you're ready, you can meet me here with knees apart. I'm going to cup the hands, lean forward, but keep your head up. Inhale up. And then exhale. Very nice. We'll scoot back into our chairs. Kind of think of how we started, how we were always just relaxed. We'll start to breathe more slowly. Starting to bring the heart rate down. Those deep belly breaths again. Relax the place between your eyebrows. Take the tongue off the roof of your mouth. Be sure that you're relaxing your back and your hips into your chair, that nothing is gripping or causing any tension in your body. Just really let your chair take your whole weight. And enjoy a minute of peace. And when you're ready to reawaken your body, we're going to begin by wiggling fingers and toes. And then we'll move to the hands and feet, legs, arms, and then you can just move any way that you want to move again. And we'll lastly just reach up really tall. Inhale, exhale down into a sweet little hug for yourself. And tell yourself how precious and loved you are. And with a nice squeeze. Namaste. Namaste. So good to see everyone. We'll be back here next week on Monday at 1. Oh, look forward to